What is the funniest thing a doctor ever said to you?
A few months before my mother passed from cancer, I took her to an appointment with her doctor. He started out by asking the usual questions doctors often ask elderly patients to check for dementia. "Dr. What day is today?" "Mom, Wednesday." "Dr. What year is this?" "Mom, 2017. "Dr. Who is the president?" "Mom, long pause. Oh, some asshole." "Dr. Close enough."
Dr. You're about 2 days from pneumonia. Why didn't you come in sooner? Me, I didn't want to bother you. Dr. After all these years, you are my best and worst fucking patient. He is also my friend outside of being my primary care physician, which is why he cussed at me and openly displayed his annoyance, but also my reluctance to bother him as he sees a lot of self-diagnosed people with nothing wrong with them.
While giving me a gynecological exam, my very gay male doctor quietly said, "I just don't see the attraction." I laughed so hard the exam was the easiest I have ever had.
My doctor years ago was doing the old-fashioned digit rectal exam. In agony I said, "Damn, I can't believe some people enjoy this." He said, "It ain't no picnic for me either, Bob."
It was me that made the nurse laugh. I was having my second ever pap smear test, I believe, and they said they needed to get the bigger/longer instruments for me as my cervix was super far back. I replied with something like, "Well, I better close my legs for now till you find it or there will be an echo." Poor woman was crying laughing and I was too, which made it hard to relax and made us both late for our day. When we were starting, she built hers up to say, "Here we go, go, go."
I could give you all the advice in the world about what drugs to take and what to eat to help kill this bug, but ultimately my go-to recommendation is always 3 fingers of vodka and go to bed. It worked like magic. Vodka killed the bug and I got a great night's sleep. He retired a few years ago and I miss that crazy bastard.
At the military dentist to get a checkup before going on a remote tour. They give me a full mouth x-ray, and when I asked about it, they stated that it was for my autopsy.
"Doctor, we're going to take your vitals again because the nurse had you at half dead." Tried really hard not to laugh, but just internally chuckled and smiled through the pain cause I was half hunched over. Me, well, Doc, she might be on to something cause that's exactly how I feel skull. Was in the, for some stitches on my thumb. Lady asks if I have all my original parts. I say yes. She sees my record and says, "Almost." Circumcision joke, needed the levity.
Not said, but shown. I'm female and my male friend was in the hospital for the 3rd time with ongoing pancreatitis issues. For 3 months, every single doctor had drawn the pancreas as a round or oval-shaped object when explaining the disease or procedures to us. One day, a new doctor walked in and decided to show us medical textbook drawings as she explained the next procedure to us. That was when we learned the pancreas is actually shaped like a penis and testicles. I honestly can't tell you what the doctor said because I was too busy trying not to look at my friend or laugh. The worst part was that we had his very conservative, very Baptist sister on speakerphone so she could hear the treatment plan. When the doctor left, my friend and I started laughing so hard we were crying and wheezing. His sister kept asking what was so funny and all we could say was, "It's a penis." It was unintentional on the doctor's part, but it was a welcome bright spot in a crappy situation.
I was on the receiving end of a pelvic exam and my doctor told me that I had a toned vagina. I was floored.
I got blood drawn one time at the doctor's and they told me to hang out for a little while to chat about the results. After 45 minutes of sitting and waiting for someone to come back, I finally go out and ask what is taking so long. Well, no one wanted to say anything to me and finally they got the doctor who said, "I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're a diabetic." I then proceed to ask him if that's why I've been taking insulin for the last 18 years at the time, and all the nurses started laughing at him. Apparently, it was a rough first week on him and he wasn't great at this. Although annoying, it was pretty funny at the same time.
I saw on my bill that she charged me $50 for smoking cessation counseling. Sounds fancy, but in real time she simply said you should stop smoking. Took 3 seconds. Had to laugh. I wish I could make $50 in 3 seconds. It's 2024, everyone knows smoking is bad already.
Not really funny then, but kinda comical now that I'm an adult. When I were a teen, I had to go to the doctor for a checkup due to stomach problems. When the doctor checked my stomach, he said, "Oh wow, so young. How many children do you have?" He was referring to my stretch marks I got due to losing weight when I got into sports soccer ball. Did not wear bikini for some years, lol.
Not me, but I witnessed this. A gynecologist was speaking to a patient about being menopausal and how her and her husband rarely had sex. The doctor was talking to her about menopause, then said, "Use it or lose it. Finger, vibrator, whatever, I don't care. Just use it." I'm still laughing to this day.
I've had to get a lot of blood work done over the years as I have struggled with pretty severe anemia, and they try to keep an eye on my iron levels and such to see if the treatment with Slash is still working. Because the anemia already leaves me occasionally dizzy, when you add getting blood drawn into that, I would get pretty damn dizzy nosy of the time. To keep me grounded while I was in the chair, I'd have my mom come and she would ask me trivia questions. The last time I went to get blood drawn, the person doing it, not sure of her position, was being silent almost the whole time, which was fine. She wasn't rude, just quiet. Then my mom asked me the question, what animal has the longest tongue relative to its body size? And she suddenly pipes up hummingbirds. I know this one. The answer is hummingbirds. The complete change in energy was hilarious enough on its own, but the funniest part was when we were leaving the room as another doctor entered and I heard the doctor ask the women, "Why did I hear you yell hummingbirds?" in the most befuddled voice.